Yesterday, two rather interesting things took place, events that I think are actually quite fascinating. The first is that John Bercow announced his intention to step down with a bunch of conditions, which I'm actually just going to play for you right now.
I would like to make a personal statement to the House. At the 2017 election, I promised my wife and children that it would be my last. This is a pledge that I intend to keep. If the House votes tonight for an early general election, my tenure as Speaker and MP will end when this Parliament ends. If the House does not so vote, I have concluded that the least disruptive and most democratic course of action would be for me to stand down at the close of business on Thursday, October the 31st.
Now time to give you a little bit of history, I guess, because there was another thing that happened that I find to be truly fascinating, and I don't want to dawdle on this too much, although I will say, rip. So Bercow's been Speaker for 10 years, succeeding Michael Martin. On a number of occasions, Bercow intended to stand down, but didn't because of Brexit. He felt it wrong to, like the Prime Minister David Cameron, walk away when he was kind of needed for the job. While championing equal rights, he has had, in recent times, a bit of a tough time, as a number of claims have surfaced of him bullying MPs and failing to act on a number of allegations against other MPs. He's also been accused of lacking impartiality on Brexit, going so far as to overrule motions and permit bills from Ramonas to then be redressed and resubmitted many times. Now, I should acknowledge that he did allow Theresa May's deal 3 times as well after not allowing it anymore from the second time onwards. While ignoring a larger portion of Brexiteer amendments, the more recent surrender bill seems to have been what many could have considered either the last straw or the straw that broke the camel's back, with many indicating that the Conservative Party were already in the process of selecting a new Conservative to run against him. From a personal stance with his PMQ streams and him constantly shouting order and some of his rather interesting catchphrases, he will be missed, because at least he was consistent with his vocal range. There is suspicion that Harriet Harman will replace him, but I'll be honest, there is a lacking in her voice. No offence to Harriet Harman, of course, and I'm not taking a shot at females being the Speaker. Betty Bothroyd was amazing. She actually could control the room, and she got Larry. I liked it. The other really interesting thing that happened concerns the moment Parliament was prorogued, which means, yes, there will not be a PMQ stream this Wednesday, which sucks because that means we've only got one of them so far, and it might be the only one with Boris. Who knows? Because it's typical that the House be prorogued a certain way. This way, though, happened courtesy of Black Rod, which many people found to be quite almost unparliamentary. And I will now play a clip of that as well, including Bercow's speech, because he is quite clearly not going to be going along with this until he is made to by the 3 advisers in front of him.
Mr. Speaker, the Lords, who are authorised by Her Majesty's Commission to declare her royal assent to acts passed by both Houses, and to also declare the prorogation of Parliament, desire the presence of this honourable House.
Really? No.
keenly awaits copyright claim by somebody saying they own the rights to that particular video. You don't. Don't even try it. There is more, and I want to show you more, but I wanted to interrupt briefly to say, did you notice, first of all, someone trying to remove the speaker from his chair and him shoving them away, which is quite amusing, and the virtue signalers on the other side silenced. Oh, you pathetic little worms. Let's continue, though.
Treat you and what you have to say with respect, and I recognise that our presence is desired by Her Majesty the Queen's commissioners. They are doing what they believe to be right, and I recognise my role in this matter.
Thank you very much indeed.
Right, do your job. Do your job, of which you're handsomely paid.
Whether you support prorogation of Parliament or not, this was quite unusual. It should be noted, yes, Parliament is not typically prorogued for 5 weeks. I find it somewhat hypocritical that MPs complain about wasting time with this particular prorogation, yet when they were given extra time by the EU and told not to waste it, the very first thing they did was vote to go on holiday, which is the clearest indicator that you are all virtue signalling fucks. This does mean PMQs won't be on, which is unfortunate. But that's okay. There is enough going on that we have plenty to talk about. I keenly await to find out who the successor to John Bercow will be. It will be highly interesting. By all means, press F in the chat for the speaker, or just write order, whichever is easiest for you.